a lot can be said if you just look at the modern landscape, if you look at the modern world and you see how things, online activities with social media, with modern men and modern women and how they react and work with one another. And you'll soon realize that there is a very big disconnect when it comes to these two groups. And I think all of that can be, just with a quick search, you can just find all the information you need on any of the many social media outlets we have out there right now.
There is a truly awful experience that happens in dating that I feel like people don't talk about enough, and it's when you have to start recycling the nicknames that you use to describe men. Obviously, when you're single and you're dating a lot, your friends are not going to remember if the guy's name is Brad or Steve or Alex or Chad, so you give them a nickname. But no one talks about how absolutely humbling it is when you have to start reusing those nicknames. Like there's Coffee Shop Guy from 6 months ago, but now there's Coffee Shop Guy 2. Because you've been single for so long, you've been on so many dates, that you're just starting to recycle nicknames and add like 2.0 or like new addition to them. I realized this recently because I was telling my friend a story about this guy and I described him as Boatman. And she said, "Oh, the guy from 6 months ago?" And I said, "No, this is Boatman 2.0. And I realized that I have been single for too long.
Stop it. Get some help.
You tell the world what happened here. What happened here? I don't know. You need to tell them.
Yeah, there are a lot of women out there that are single for far too long. And so they get in this very sick cycle of going online, finding random men, finding strange men to meet in public or wherever they're meeting them. Sometimes it's at their house. They'll just invite them in. A lot of these women do this. And this is a perfect example because these women will date so many men that she's running out of names to call them to gossip to her friends. She doesn't have enough names for all the men that she's been hooking up with. Can we just take a moment, and I'm not trying to do anything, too targeted here, but can we just take a moment to kind of reflect on that if a man made a video like this, like the reaction it would get? If you have any information of a man making a video similar to this one, how he's been through so many chicks that he has to reuse their bedroom names or whatever, let me know. Put it in the comments. Well, we need to find these men. Like they're not making videos like this. Women constantly make videos like this all the time. And look, it's not their fault. Okay, they are overwhelmed by a dating technological online system that honestly they don't even understand. They just type in the names and start chatting and everything just kind of works for them. For a man, for just an average man, it's a totally different experience. He won't be able to get a date in 6 months, let alone get so many dates that the different dates that are 6 months apart are actually just different guys, but they're exactly the same. And you need to call them different names because you've lost track of who they actually are when talking to your friends. Men do not experience this. Average men on dating apps do not experience this. Nowhere near. A lot of them don't even get matches at all. They'll be on there for years and they won't get a match.
He's right. Do you know that?
Can anyone tell me why dating in 2024 is so difficult? I feel like it's like full-time job these days, honestly. People just can't communicate. They are not honest. They just can't tell you what they feel or what they want. It's just everyone's trying to be so cool and playing all the games. Whoever is less interested. Why just can't you be normal? I don't know. And then you start liking someone and they just ghost you with no explanation. It's so immature, literally. Just be a normal man. Be a man and communicate. If you don't like something, say it. I don't know what's going on. Is it just go
Let me explain this to her, and I know she's in a different country. She lives in the UK, so there might be a language barrier, but let me go ahead and just break this down for her, okay? She needs an explanation why men are treating her like this on these online apps. She's saying she's dating. I have 100% guarantee that she is using online dating services. Let's just take Tinder, for example. these men are getting on Tinder for one specific thing. Okay. A majority of men are going to Tinder for one specific thing, and that is to have bedroom activities with someone they're meeting on there. And obviously, if they text that to you, you know, if you ask them like, hey, well, what are you doing? Like, well, are you trying to date? Like, what are you doing on this website? And they just tell you that they want to, come over for a nighttime visit, you would stop talking to them. So they're going to put forth, they're going to lie a little bit. They're going to kind of stretch the truth, and then they're going to see how far they can get and if it's worth the effort. And if they figure out that, okay, well, this woman isn't cooperating, they're just going to ghost and move on to the next one, because it works, it works. A lot of these women are on these apps to give these men the attention that these men want in the bedroom and stuff. So it's not uncommon that men are getting on the app to do this as well. It's just that women like this are assuming that these apps are for relationships and for finding your one and only and your twin flame and all these other words. No, you're not going to find that man on a dating app because that man does not exist. These men do not exist. These perfect men that match all your criteria. You're going to press the little down arrow and you're going to go to 6'5", because that's going to be the minimum height you're going to want to put on these dating apps. And then you're wondering why all the men are exactly the same and why you keep going through the same exact men. Oh, I hooked up with the car salesman 2 weeks ago, but he's back in my recommended profiles. Wow. Yeah, that's how it's designed. These apps are designed in a very specific way to keep you swiping and to keep you engaged in the app itself. And, you could be like some of these men out here, because some of these men pay upwards to $500 a month to, for the Smash Pass. So it's not beneficial for these apps to help you find someone that you would actually be compatible with, let's say, romantically, and also in terms of maybe life decisions, life partnership. But they want to keep you in the cycle. They are going to make sure that the men that they put in front of women like this are going to be men that are, not interested in the same things she's interested in, especially when it comes to lifestyle and relationships.
Welcome to another edition of Revenge Ideas from a Lawyer That Won't Get You Arrested, probably. It's nice to see you. Before we get started, I have to say that this is not legal advice, and if anything, I strongly advise against doing any of the things I'm about to tell you. So a lot of the people in the comments have been like, did you know you can mail somebody a bag of shit? I'm like, duh, I've never done it before. I've definitely never mailed a man a bag of elephant shit. That's his favorite animal, and I thought it would be funny. If you're out there and you received a gallon of elephant in March 2024, that was not me. No, I've never done that. That was somebody else, because you're an asshole and everyone hates you, and there are a lot of women who would probably want to send you shit. But apparently not everyone knows about poopsenders.com, so let's get into it. So this magical website called poopsenders.com will allow you to send someone either a quart or a gallon of elephant shit, gorilla shit, or cow shit to anyone of your choosing completely anonymously. And if you're feeling really spicy, you can send what's called a mega pack of shit, which is a combination of all three. And exciting news, the mega pack is on sale for 4th of July weekend. Why? I have no idea, but it is. So now you can send somebody like 5 gallons of animal for the low price of $49.95. What better way to celebrate America than to celebrate your freedom from a giant piece with a bag of shit? And if you're looking for some glittery shit, head over to ruindays.com. They do sell a glittery shit. So there you go. You got glittery shit, elephant shit, mega packs of shit on sale. Whatever kind of shit you're in the market for, the internet's got it for you. Again, this is not legal advice. I don't advise that you do this. I definitely didn't do this. If anyone's watching at home, it was somebody else who sent a gallon of elephant shit. It was 100% not me.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
A lot of women are mad and bitter after a split. And in a lot of cases, it is something that they've done to kind of split the relationship up, but they will still go to great lengths to try to take down any man that they feel that they need to, any man that they feel that has done them wrong in any certain way. And this is any scenario they make up in their mind, because these women do create these very creative, these women create these stories in their brain, these narratives in their brain that they kind of just run with, and then all of a sudden, even though they did something deplorable, you're all of a sudden the bad guy because of something unrelated that you did, but it somehow makes you the worst person in the situation. So it justifies them going to a online company and mailing you feces, which honestly, you shouldn't even be giving these women your addresses. This is another reason why I think you should never cohabitate with a woman, because if she ever moves out, you are going to be getting random packages of all sorts of different materials, organic, inorganic, dangerous, potentially life-threatening in certain cases. You just have to look at the news and you'll find any sort of situation where women feel like they have been betrayed, and they are bitter and they go after these men. So I would say that the big bucket of excrement would be on the more tamer side, but also at the same time, you shouldn't be getting anything in the mail like that. But these women, they justify it. And hey, would you look at that? This is a lawyer, and she is condoning this behavior. Well, in the video, she's saying she's not condoning it, but I think we can read between the lines. I mean, there can be what's it called, a general assumption as to what this video is about, and I think we understand.
Okay, here's my theory. Guys are always at least a little bit ugly, and girls are always at least a little bit pretty. Or maybe I'm just gayer than I think. Okay.
Yeah, probably so. Let's break this down a little bit. This was just a very short TikTok I wanted to throw at the end and just kind of have a quick discussion, and I'll toss this question back to you. But for me to find a woman unattractive, there would really have to be something pretty bad going on. I think men have a pretty high tolerance for girls that are just cute enough. You know, maybe they have a cute smile, or they have nice eyes, or maybe they're just in good shape, or we can look past certain attributes, like maybe, you know, she doesn't have a straight nose, or maybe her eyes are maybe too small or too far apart, or maybe there's some other issue, maybe her ears look weird. But men can always look past certain attributes when it comes to women, but very rarely will you see a woman look past any of these attributes when it comes to a man. That it can even be one little thing. You've seen the videos, I've made several videos about it, where even just the way a man walks, or maybe the way he takes off a shirt, it'll just give them the ick, and then they don't even want to look at that man again. Even if they're attracted to him, it will just kill the mood, and they will want to be as far away from that man as possible. Now, men don't do this, and have seen their, you know, girlfriends, their wives, whoever it is, they've seen them in very crazy situations and never feel this way. Never have. Because men, actually, out of men and women, I believe that men are the most romantic out of the two. I think we can look past a lot of those other things, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think men are more romantic than women? I kind of think we are. Obviously, there are a lot of women out there that are as well, but I think a majority of men do the acts of service types of romance a little bit better than women do. A lot of times women don't even know what men want, and they don't care to know what men want or care to ask. They're too busy in their echo chamber with other women trying to brainwash themselves. But that's going to be the end of today's video. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.